Hello everyone, Barb here from barbaderholt.closetomyheart.com. Today's little project is a card. This is the card. This is my thank you card kit for my August order club. So any of my customers who placed orders with me during the month of August of 2022, you will receive the card kit to make that card. This is what the kit looks like. You will get an envelope, card base, a strip of pattern paper. This is from last year's fall. I'm using up some stuff. Piece of Harbor cardstock, a piece of mink cardstock, a piece of paprika cardstock, a piece of white daisy cardstock, and then I cut out this pumpkin. The card, the stamping is coming from this Make My Heart Pitter Patter stamp and die set that is in the current catalog. So the one that is July, August, September. This one was in there. This was in my top 10 that I really wanted. So I made sure I got this one. I love that pumpkin. And you can tell that's what cuts out because it has the blue shading. Blue shading, you get one of these little shapes. And then there is another thin cut that cuts out these other shapes. I can show you what those thin cuts look like. So that's what they look like. And this is what the stamps look like. Then we have, I pulled a few of the little stamped images for the leaves out of the September stamp of the month. Enjoy these moments. So September 2022 stamp of the month. This one is available through the end of September. It can be purchased outright for $18.95, or if you have a $50 order, you can get it for $5. If you are one of the VIPs, one of my VIPs, you can get this for free with your $50 order. So I've got everything kind of on blocks. These are the ink colors that we're using. We're using Mink, Harbor, Paprika, Mocha, and we can get going here. I think I am going to pull in one of the little foamy guys here, because the first thing I'm going to do is my random stamping on this piece of cardstock. I think I don't have a piece of paper handy. I would like to be able to put a piece of paper under there, but I'm not going to, so I'll just be careful. Sometimes you think you're prepared and things get away from you. I'm starting with the largest of the leaves, and I will stamp slightly off, randomly moving it around. I will probably do 5 of these, and maybe down here in the corner. That looks pretty good. And this is a tone-on-tone look using the Mink, so this is the next size. And I'm going to fill in some gaps. And a little bit down there. And I do have my little stamp chamois here in its new little stamp chamois holder casey thing. Makes it easy to wipe those bad boys off. This is the last of the leaves. I think this is an oak leaf. And I'm going to turn it around so that it's facing in another direction. Just like that. You don't have to be too crazy with it. I just love the look. And they can overlap a little bit. That isn't going to hurt anything. That looks good to me. I'll hold it up so you can see what that looks like. So it's just random stamping, sort of as you're creating your own pattern paper. And I'm going to take and do my little swiping method here and do a little swiping around the edges with the Mink ink, just to give a little definition, just like that. So I've got that ready to go. I don't think I need the mink ink anymore, so I can set that to the side. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take, I think, the paprika. I've got some stamping to do with the paprika, plus I want to do a little inking with the paprika. I've got a sponge adapter here, my little handle, and I'm going to go around that pattern paper. Your kit will come with all of this stuff done. I will probably do a little inking for everyone. I am going to also do a little sponging around the corner here and around this piece of paprika cardstock. And I like how that gives a little definition. You can see the difference between this and this over here. It just gives a little something something, and I like it. And then we need to do stamping on our cutesy little pumpkin here. I'm going to use this kind of a leafy guy and do the two outer edges like that. Like that, and then this little plaid gingham, so cute. Excuse my head. Sometimes you just have to get over the top of it. Clear those up. And I think that's all I need for the paprika for right now. I might need it again. I also want to do the little topper to my pumpkin, kind of the pumpkin stem. And get that on there, just like that. Looks good. Don't think I need mocha anymore. Now I need to stamp my thankful, just like this. And I'm using the Harbor ink. Just hopefully getting it straight. Not sure. Oh, that looks good. And then I have the sentiment to go on the inside of the card, and that says "For You." And I'm just going to down and up. And there we go. I have my stamping done, and now we can assemble. Got all these little pieces. First piece I'm going to put on is the pattern paper. That gets butted right up to the fold line. So make sure your card is in the right direction, and you just put that right up to the fold. And the next thing we want to do is take that piece of mink cardstock that we stamped those leaves on, and you can center it a little bit. You can leave a little gap because we're going to cover that up with this piece of Harbor. And I'm just roughly centering it over that gap. Just like that. And we have our little piece of white daisy with our sentiment on there. It gets stamped on, or adhered to, excuse me, a piece of paprika. And a piece of paprika gets put over here. And you kind of roughly center it on the card. Eyeballing it, no shame in that. Then I'm going to use a little tape runner to put my pumpkin on, and put that right there. And then I will probably put a couple of these dots on your kit So it will come with the pop-up dots on there. You just have to pull off your backing and adhere it just like that. Super cute, pretty quick. A nice fall card using up some scraps, because we all have those scraps. And this card design is easily translatable into other seasons. You could do a snowflake on here and do some Christmas pattern paper. If you're into Halloween, you could use your ghosty stuff. Could put a little cupcake on there or a birthday cake and happy birthday. Anything would work for this. I think it's a fun design. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you for your orders in August of 2022. Have a blessed crafty day, and I'll see you next time.